Address of His Holiness Pope Leo XIV to four religious institutes. This took place on Thursday, September 18, 2025. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, peace be with you. Good day and welcome to everyone. Dear brothers and sisters, Your Eminence, I'm very pleased to meet you on the occasion of your chapters and assemblies. I greet the Superiors General present, and all of you who are engaged in efforts of listening and discernment in these days. Some of your congregations are carrying out elections, and this too is a great gift for the Church and a great responsibility which we entrust to the Lord together. Your institutes are a, quote, splendid and varied testimony reflecting the multiplicity of gifts bestowed by God on founders and foundresses who, in openness to the working of the Holy Spirit, successfully interpreted the signs of the times and responded wisely to new needs. End quote. That's from John Paul II's Vita Consacrata, Article 9. Indeed, Brigida di Gesù Morello, in the 17th century, when society did not always fully recognize the value of formation for young women, began an initiative for the promotion of the dignity of women that would bear much fruit in the future. Similarly, 2 centuries later in Rome, Saint Gaspare del Bufalo dedicated himself through popular missions and spreading devotion to the blood of Christ to opposing the rampant spirit of, quote, impiety and irreligion, quote, end quote, that afflicted his time. A similar undertaking commenced in France with Father Jean-Claude Collin, who was inspired in the apostolate by the spirit of humility and discretion of Mary of Nazareth. Finally, in the 1990s, following the footsteps of St. Francis and St. Maximilian Kolbe, the Franciscan Friars of the Immaculate were born. This is the multifaceted legacy that brings you here today. Now let us highlight some of its unifying characteristics. The first is the importance of community life and the religious vocation you share as a place of sanctification and a source of inspiration, witness, and strength in your apostolate. In it, quote, the power of the Holy Spirit at work in one individual passes at the same time to all. Not only does each enjoy his own gift, but makes it abound by sharing it with others. And each one enjoys the fruits of the other's gift as if they were his own. End quote. That's from John Paul II's the same document from Vita Consacrata, but Article 42. It's no coincidence that the Holy Spirit inspired those who preceded you to join the sisters and brothers whom Providence, capital P, placed on their path so that goodness would multiply and grow through the communion of good people. This was the case at the beginning of your foundations and throughout the centuries, and the same continues to take place today. The second aspect I would like to focus on is the vital importance of obedience as an act of love and religious consecration. Jesus gave us an example of this in his relationship with the Father. Quote, I seek not my own will, but the will of him who sent me. End quote. That's from John 5:30. In this regard, St. Augustine puts great emphasis on the close relationship that exists between obedience and love in the Christian life. Quote, you all love charity, end quote, he said in a sermon. Quote, now obedience is the daughter of charity. The root is hidden, the fruit is out in the open. I do not trust that what is struck in the soil unless I can see what's hanging from the branches. You have charity, do you? Show me its fruit. Let me see obedience. Let me have the child to hug so that I can recognize the mother, end quote. That's from Sermon 359b12. Talking about obedience is not very fashionable today because it is considered a renunciation of freedom. But that's not the case. Obedience in its deepest meaning of active and generous listening to others is a great act of love by which we accept dying to ourselves so that our brothers and sisters may grow and live. When it's professed and lived with faith, obedience reveals a luminous path of self-giving that can help the world rediscover the value of sacrifice, the capacity for lasting relationships, and the maturity and community that goes beyond the feelings of the moment by establishing itself in fidelity. Obedience is a school of freedom and love. Finally, the third aspect I would like to focus on is being attentive to the signs of the times. Without this open and perceptive gaze towards the real demands of our brothers and sisters, none of your congregations would have been founded. Your founders were capable of observing, evaluating, loving, and then setting out, even at the risk of great suffering and failure, to serve the real needs of their brothers and sisters, recognizing the voice of God in the poverty of their neighbors. That is why it is important for you to move forward in the living memory of those courageous beginnings, not in the sense of doing, quote, an exercise in archaeology or the cultivation of mere nostalgia, but of following the footsteps of past generations in order to grasp the high ideals and the vision and values which inspired them, beginning with the founders and the foundresses and the first communities, end quote. That's from Pope Francis's To All Consecrated People on the occasion of the Year of Consecrated Life, Article 1. Identifying their potential, perhaps still unexplored, in order to put them to good use in the service of the here and now. Dear friends, I know how much good you do every day in so many parts of the world, good that is often unseen by human eyes, but not by God's. I thank you and bless you from my heart, encouraging you to continue your mission in faith and generosity. Thank you.